2nd and 5. Alouette time looking for Bruce, and that's picked off. Great grab by Billy Parker, and away goes Parker the other way across midfield. Parker still going and brought down by Kier Johnson. Billy Parker has his 3rd interception of the season. A little scrap by the bench. 27 yards on the return.
I could tell that Arlan Bruce was the intended receiver here from the get-go as Alouette drops back, and Bruce is going to layer from the right all the way across the formation. You see number 1 at the top of your screen. But that trail technique by Billy Parker, absolutely perfect. He got his eyes up on the ball. He found it quickly. That's a difficult thing to do for a defensive back. You want to keep containment of that receiver. Keep your eyes on him. Don't lose him. But in the meantime, find the ball quickly. So he's run that upfield shoulder. Good timing. Catch the ball at the high point. That's a nice pick by Billy Parker.
The only starter from week 1 against BC in that Montreal secondary. They try to go to Whitaker straight ahead and nothing doing.
Anthony Calvillo has got to try and take advantage of this sudden change and the turnover and the great field position. This is the opportunity for the Alouettes to grab some momentum, get back in this game, get a rhythm. Just can't seem, when he can't seem to get the ball to Jamel Richardson, that offense doesn't look quite as powerful.
By the way, in the 9-1 run by BC, just 10 turnovers in the 9 wins. 2nd down, and Calvillo flushed again, and he's dropped. Anton McKenzie off the edge, knocking Calvillo off balance, and that's the 4th sack of the night. These two teams were separated by 1 sack coming in. It's 4-0 in the sack department tonight.
Yeah, and when Anthony Calvillo wanted Jamel Richardson, he looked up, and Jamel Richardson in that last play was double covered. He's coming right here. He's going to get Corey Banks underneath, Ryan Phillips over the top. And this is exactly how they've been playing him all game long, the Lions. Guy up in his face, don't let Anthony Calvillo throw hot, with deep help over the top in case he goes on that post or that corner.
Well, they've got to stay on the field. 3rd down. Calvillo looking for a 1st down. Here comes the heat again, and he just throws that one. Almost looked like he was trying to throw that away. Brian Bratton, closest man to it. And that sums up what kind of night it's been.
Oh boy, Brandon Whitaker just threw his helmet. He was right beside Brian Bratton. And the frustration for Montreal.
John Climbie said, discombobulated. Well, the tradition of Friday Night Football continues on TSN with the road to the Vanier Cup. Action kicks off Friday with the 2011 CIS Canada West Hardy Cup. UBC winning today, so they'll play the Dinos. Live coverage begins 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. And of course, the Vanier Cup here this year on Grey Cup weekend, which will be great. Danny Machocha's University of Montreal winners today over Sherbrooke. Here's Alouette looking downfield. Arlan Bruce tries to one-hand it. Incomplete.
So the other 3 bowl games next week: Mac at Western, your University of Montreal at Laval, and then St. Mary's at Acadia. And 2 teams in pretty good position to play the Vanier and the Grey Cup at home. The UBC Thunderbirds, the BC Lions, they can finish this one out 1 game away from the Grey Cup.
Didn't hear you mention Queens.
Yeah, I did
tough
not,
one today.
I did not mention Queens.
No.
Although you do quite often.
Here's Simon, another catch down inside the 50. That may be the most drama we have in the 2nd half. G-Roy Simon with 16 yards more, so he's 83 away.
You know, 24 start consecutive now for Travis Alouette, and he's got G-Roy Simon to the short side on this dig route, but he looks him off and then comes back to him. And when he looks him off, that frees the defensive back. That's a quarterback that does that in his 5th and 6th year. Not in his first year as a full-time starter.
Check that 81 away for number 81, and Lule, the bootleg, and he takes off the catch. Oh, how many chances he wants to expose himself here to a big hit with a 30-point lead.
Well, they're not comfortable. I don't think for a second against the two-time Grey Cup champions the last 2 years. This is that catch. Get Geroy Simon a little bit closer. Goes up. Comes down in time to brace himself for some contact over the middle. Closing in on another 100-yard game for Geroy Simon. Had a 115 in the first matchup between these two teams back in June 30th. Back on June 30th.
Ninth time in his career he's led the Lions in receiving, which matches Jim Young's BC record. Carry for Andrew Harris. Taken out of bounds at the 31 by Walter Spencer, who's into the game for Ramon Guzman. The Alouettes have been beaten up in this game physically, and with the injuries last week, Montreal looking vulnerable heading into what looks like a semifinal matchup next week against the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
And although this has been a tough place to play, even for Mark Trestman's Montreal Alouettes, with all the success that they have enjoyed over the last couple of years, and with him as their head coach, it's been tough to play here in BC.
Second down, Lule hit as he throws, and nobody there. Incomplete.
Travis Lule reminding the official that got close to his head. Anwar Stewart and John Bowman arriving, number 14, at about the same time. There's one there, and there's one coming there, and it's who can get there first. Anwar Stewart, Montreal Alouettes leader in sacks, and the guy that likely will catch him is John Bowman.
That shot right in the ear hole for Anwar Stewart. Here is Paul McCallum from 38 yards out, and why wouldn't he be good again? 94%. He's 47 to 50 on the season.
Two catches for Jamel Richardson. It's been a tough night for him so far. He's facing the double team. Underneath, Corey Banks trying to rough him up in those intermediate and short routes with Ryan Phillips over the top. Corey Banks in a one-on-one. Very few times that he was one-on-one. Anthony Calvillo tried to go to him, and Corey Banks got the knockdown. Now it's Tad Cornegay, and in a second to the right of your screen, you'll see Ryan Phillips show up. Wherever Jamel Richardson is, there are two BC Lions. The last time these two teams played, he had 162 yards against one-on-ones. They're not going to leave him in one-on-ones this time.
And Ferry on the return up across the 35-yard line. Tad Cornegay there on the stop. And is it going to be Adrian McPherson? Yes, it is. McPherson started to warm up after the last series for the Alouettes, and Anthony Calvillo's night and regular season likely done. And I don't think anybody would dispute this decision with a 30-point game and just nothing going on for Montreal.
No, you know, Mark Trestman just switched gears to the semifinal.
Darren Diedrich ahead.
Get his backup quarterback a little playing time. Anthony Calvillo was taking some hits from a real good pass rush up front for the BC Lions. You can see dismal numbers for the leading passer in football.
Just the fourth time under 250 yards on the year for Calvillo.
The Winnipeg Blue Bombers, you know, are cheering the Lions on right now. And they're real happy with this score, because if it holds, they host the Eastern Final.
There's Darren Diedrich who had a rough series in the first half. He's in for Brandon Whitaker now as they're into backup mode for the Alouettes. A 7-yard gain for Darren Diedrich.
maybe that's just how good Mark Trestman is realizing just how far this BC team and defense specifically have come, because that first game, a 30-26 win for Montreal at Montreal. This defense gave up some yards, 360 or over 300 to Anthony Calvillo, 312.
Diedrich again, and he'll run for the first down.
You know, over 312 yards passing in that game for Calvillo. He completed 73%, but this defense has completely changed. Brought in Tad Cornegay to stabilize their secondary, and Trestman's finding that front seven and how good it's become. You know, Mike Benavides now has the top defense along with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers in the Canadian Football League, and they've just shut the door. This was the leading passer in the CFL, the leading rusher, and the leading receiver. They've done nothing tonight.
Adrian McPherson, another first down, and here's Anton McKenzie bringing down Brandon London. Adrian McPherson came into a game late at Commonwealth Stadium when Anthony Calvillo was knocked out by Marcus Howard. That game was very much in the balance, and he stabilized things and pulled out what at the time was a big win for the Alouettes in the fourth quarter. The heir apparent's been waiting his turn, now in his fourth year behind Anthony Calvillo. Philippe Mitchell's feeling it. 2nd and 7. First, and that's picked off, and Dante Marsh, one man to beat. Diedrich trying to catch him from behind, and does, but the veteran Dante Marsh has his 4th pick of the year. And a 54-yard return as the Lion route continues.
That ties him for the team lead with Ryan Phillips, who had 4 interceptions coming in as well. Down on the corner, Dante Marsh, short side of the field. Couple of shuffle steps, not a hard back pedal. So what was Brian Bratton's problem on that play? His issue was he didn't come off the line of scrimmage hard. He didn't force Dante Marsh to turn or get backpedaling in a hurry. He was able to just shuffle, and he jumps it.
Lions will try and catch it. Lulay, Simon, a catch, a flag. Let's see if the Simon catch is going to stand. No, it's a holding call against BC. There's the veteran who got called out when things weren't going very well by Wally Buono early in the year, but
BC number 63.
he has responded.
10-yard penalty. Repeat first.
And that's Ole Fioye getting called on the hold.
Well, there were a few people being called out on this team.
Get out of here. Fine wine. Are you for real? Fine wine. And? I come back. No, the running back. Hey, good job.
A fine wine.
Hey, man, kill yourself.
Better with time.
That was a good play.
A couple of 8-year guys who play side by side, Banks and Marsh. 1st to 20. Under a half minute left here in the 3rd quarter. Lulay looks for Simon again, and that one off a couple of hands and incomplete. Travis Lulay knows there's one issue left and only one tonight, it looks like, as he tries to feed number 81.
And I think I counted 3 covering. There's the number 1 target. Now let's see how many are covering him. He's going down the seam route. Did have a chance at it, and they converge quickly. 1, 2, 3 defenders breaking on it. A small window for Travis Lulay to get it in there. But he does have a chance. Just tipped before arriving. I believe it was DeAndre Dix getting his hands on it.
Should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 2nd and 20. Lulay steps up in trouble, ditches it off, and Paris Jackson is brought down on his 400th career catch. So a milestone for Jackson, and 3 quarters in the books. All Lions in a lopsided game, 34-1 BC after 3 quarters.
Yeah, sometimes the stats don't really tell the story, and they can be misleading. Not the case tonight. The stats tell the story. and dominant game for the BC Lions for 3 quarters. And I guess the question now is for Wally Buono, do you take Travis Lulay out of the game at this point?
Can't remember the last time I saw a stat line for the Alouettes like that. A day ago, if somebody said, who's the front runner to win the Grey Cup, I'm not sure I had the answer.
No.
I think I do now.
Well, clearly, I mean, this team, not only that, but the competition at most outstanding player between Travis Lulay, and I'm again, no disrespect to the other finalists, but the front runners being Travis Lulay and Anthony Calvillo. Well, the young gun has stepped up in the head-to-head matchup, and you're right, the BC Lions have to be a favorite now, the way they've played.
A lot of football left, but this is a statement game to be sure. Well, McCallum doesn't miss.
I mean, he is playing at an unbelievable level. I mean, as a holder, I dealt with kickers and the roller coaster that can be. I mean, this guy mentally is as strong as they come. I mean, he is kicking field goals now. I don't think anyone even watches anymore. They're like extra points. They're so automatic.
Well, Don Sweet there again, and he has mentioned that in his opinion, and Don Sweet's seen it all, he believes that Paul McCallum is the best in CFL history now. You could start a pretty good argument right here in BC about that with Louis Pasaglia.
Yeah, you know, it's funny when you take a look at his career, and I know it's been talked about many times and well documented, the short kick that he missed as a Saskatchewan Roughrider and that adversity that he faced in his career to be able to fight back from that. And I think about a young Travis Lulay who, you know, last year against the Toronto Argonauts threw a wide side pick to Byron Parker, who scored, and they lost the game in Toronto. And he felt that adversity made him a better player. And then think about the interception he threw to TJ Hill in Edmonton. Hustled down to make a tackle. That adversity, getting pulled in Winnipeg in mid-August this year after a loss, and then coming back and getting on a roll that has been unbelievable.
Bowling on the return for Montreal. And he is just short of the 30-yard line. Jason Araki makes the stop. Even with tonight, it will be one.